Hi, my name is Alejandro Pérez Pérez, and this is the AI Coffee Podcast. Every week, you will have one disruptive aspect of technology or artificial intelligence for the time you drink a cup of coffee. Today, I will start by asking you a question. Do you use Microsoft Copilot? Do you think is it worth it for your organization? We are going to see it today in this video, so stay with us. So first of all, I will start explaining a bit what's Microsoft Copilot, because I have heard a lot of things all around, and sometimes I think people get confused with this. So I can imagine that you have already listened and heard what's ChatGPT and generative AI. And if you haven't, you have a lot of episodes talking about this in this podcast or in other channels. I invite you to go for it, but let's focus on Microsoft Copilot. So if you haven't heard, OpenAI is the platform, the company that created ChatGPT and all the models that are in this product. And the majority of this company is founded by Microsoft. So all of the new models, the AI models, the GPT models, the GPT 4.0, 4.5, 6 in the future, all these models are the property also of Microsoft, as they have, or this is like the simplification of everything. So as they have this company, they have also these products. So what they do is, when OpenAI creates the model, Microsoft takes it for this their environment. So if you have PowerPoint, you have Word, you have Excel, you have other Microsoft applications that are very useful in the business world, like Teams, Outlook. So what they do is they take these OpenAI models for the tools they have in the Microsoft ecosystem. And they call it Microsoft Copilot, which is the version of the, let's say, generative AI that you can go for it in OpenAI, in ChatGPT, but inside integrated in the Microsoft environment. So, what's the difference, and why is it so common nowadays that little by little companies are investing money on this product? Actually, why they are investing money on Microsoft Copilot, and how much is it? So, if you don't know, Microsoft Copilot now at the beginning of November 2024 is around $30 per month per user. And you need also to have the subscription to Office 365 or something like that. Or, well, you need to have the whole package of Office or Microsoft. So like PowerPoint, Word, Teams, Outlook, and all that stuff that you might maybe know it. So you need to pay this $30 extra per user per person, which is a huge investment if you have, I don't know, a 3,000 employees company, like for big companies or even for small ones, it could be a really big investment. So is it really worth it? What do you think? I invite you to think a bit about that. So the answer, on my opinion, as far as I have been checking from my experience forming teams, forming companies, is that it really depends. It really depends on what? It depends a lot on the trainings. Also, you do to your employees, to your teams, because most of the times, people that have this on their teams, most of the teams, the employees don't even know it. And it's a pity. It's a pity because it's a huge investment. And as I have said, it could be really valuable. And now I will explain you why at the end of the episode. But why pushing with trainings would make a huge change? And that's the first thing, is because they would have a solid background, let's say a solid base for starting working and playing with this. And I don't know in your case, but in my own case, generative AI is more a playing, a game, like something I have been learning by playing, by trying prompts, trying new ways of asking things to ChatGPT or other generative AIs. So the same for this case. And it's very, very important to have a base to start, an introduction, because most of your employees or the teams you might have in your company would be like overwhelmed already with a lot of tasks. And the pity is that most of these tasks would be automated by a tool that you might already have. So it's a pity because you need to break to push to break this loop, to create this small and first step for little by little inviting them to create this change, which I think at the end of the day you will have a lot of return of investment, just because you are pushing little by little, reducing the costs, and having your people, your teams in human tasks like talking with customers, analyzing and being creative about new products and things like that, and not only answering mails like an AI could do, as you will know little by little what you can do with Microsoft Copilot. So what you can do with Microsoft Copilot? This is like a good question. So it will depend also when you are listening to this episode, because maybe in the next months, little by little, more tools are coming. But most of the thing is like you have a chat where you can interact like ChatGPT, but with all the safe environment like Microsoft can give you. So it's not OpenAI platform; it's a Microsoft environment for you, your company, uh, where you have a lot of safe things all around. So you can maybe integrate your own data, and you can talk with about, I don't know, numbers of the company and stuff like that, and it remains safe. Which in ChatGPT, the normal ChatGPT, it could not be the case. Then the other thing you can do is, as I said, it's integrated on all the Microsoft environment. So you can directly go to an Excel file, for example, open it and ask in English, in Spanish, in one, let's say, language, human language, ask directly for a formula. So instead of writing the formula that sometimes it's very tricky, sometimes these complex formulas don't work really easily. So instead of that, you directly ask to this, let's say, ChatGPT, which is not, it's Copilot. You ask this to this Copilot, please can you do the average for this specific data set? And it goes for that. It does it really nice. Then the other thing you can do, which I think it's really nice, it's you can create a first PowerPoint page or file for a presentation. So it's a draft. In my opinion, they are not super good, but they could be a draft for starting with something. So instead of starting a presentation from scratch, if you have, for example, I don't know, data from an Excel file or even two mails or some conclusions from another Word page, for example, you can ask this Copilot to please create a draft of one specific term, one specific presentation you need to do using one specific file. So, for example, asking, okay, go and check the emails from this person and do a small presentation for, I don't know, my manager, for example, about how the project is going. And it does it. And it's really nice. But I said it's not like perfect. So at the end of the day, you as a human need to control everything and finish everything, let's say. But it's, of course, it reduces a lot the effort of creating this draft presentation, or at least you don't need to really waste your energy on these maybe routine tasks or really boring tasks. Yeah. So another thing that I think is fantastic is that in Microsoft Teams, that it's a very useful and used tool for talking inside businesses or between different companies or different employees. So what you can do is, if you have integrated and activated Microsoft Copilot on your team, you can record the whole meeting. But it's not only like you record and you have the transcription, which is like the normal thing that a person without Copilot has. It goes through all the meeting, and at the end of the meeting, you can receive the action points, like exactly what you have been said in the meeting and the other person. So, for example, if you are in a 1 hour meeting talking about so many different things, but then at the minute number 12, you say that you will send the presentation to the customer, it will notice, and at the end of the meeting, you will receive a mail saying, in the minute 12, and you can even take the small sentence you say, in the minute 12, you said that you will send this to this person. And also the opposite. If you have a customer that usually is very lazy, sending you the data, sending you things, you have him or her record it, and also this Copilot will remind you everything. So this is for me, really, really interesting, because usually taking notes in the meetings is boring. It's a lot of work. You need to be concentrated on the meeting and taking notes. And with this tool, it records everything, it takes the notes, and you can even ask about something. So if at the end of the meeting you doubt about something that would happen in the meeting, you can go and chat with the meeting directly through Copilot. So I think this is very, very powerful for me. But still, you need to know how to use it, and you know how to create these questions and these powerful prompts for extracting all the value that it has. Because, as I said, I found this tool a little bit expensive. So if you have a big team and you want to put everyone Microsoft Copilot, I guess it's very expensive, but still, it could be really valuable. It could really make a change on your company if everyone knows how to use it, which I think is the most important point. And with this, I finish. I just give you the point of asking you if you think it's worth it or not. You have a lot of other things you can do with Microsoft Copilot, but of course, this is for you to imagine how to use it after a small training or even playing, because I have said playing is one of the most important things while using generative AI. And with that, I finish this episode. I hope you liked it. If you liked it, please subscribe to the podcast. It really helps me to continue with these valuable episodes that I now making a lot of effort of. So please do it, and see you in the next episode. Thank you.